Let's get started with a little bit of a warm-up. If you're not super mobile, you can do this first stretch standing, okay? If you are a little more flexible, we're gonna do this stretch from the mat. So, standing or laying flat on your mat, we're gonna bring the arms up overhead. We're gonna take a nice big inhale, stretching up, and then on our exhale, the arms come forward, the chin comes to the chest, and we're gonna roll ourselves towards those toes, stretching the spine as you reach towards the toes. And then we're gonna slowly roll back the other direction. All right, so we inhale as we reach up. Exhale as we roll those fingers towards the toes, dropping the head. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, we're gonna roll back down if you're on the mat, or roll back up if you're standing, all right? Inhale, exhale, arms overhead, reach towards those toes as you roll in half. This is called a roll up or a roll down, right? We're gonna turn that spine nice and long all the way as the hands reach up. Good, inhale. Exhale, roll forward. We're trying to basically fold ourselves in half here, right? This is great for stretching the spine. We're gonna roll back down with control. One more, inhale. Exhale, roll. Reach towards those toes, chins towards the chest, pull the belly in. Right, we're not forcing anything, we're just warming up. Do what you can. We're gonna roll back to that straight spine and bring those arms back down by the side. Awesome. All right, if you were standing for that, go ahead and come down onto your mat. We're gonna bring those feet up towards the bottom. Adjust yourself so that you're fully on the mat. Bring the arms out to the sides. All right. We're gonna gently rock the knees side to side. All right, so at first we're just going until they feel like they wanna stop, right? So side to side with those knees. We're rolling across that low lumbar, basically from one glute across to the other glute. And now that we've got some movement going on, we're gonna roll both the knees to the side, dropping them down, all the way down if you can. You can slide those feet out a bit if that helps, all right? And we're gonna look in the opposite direction of the knees. That way we get a little extra stretch along the side of the core. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's do one more. Nice deep breath. Good, bring those knees back up. We're gonna roll into the opposite side, dropping them all the way down as much as you can. Slide those feet out a little bit if you need to. Good, all right. Now we're gonna look in the opposite direction of the knees. And feel that nice spine stretch as we take a deep breath. Good, one more deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Relaxing into that stretch, awesome. Roll those knees back up to center and bring those feet back onto the mat. We're gonna go into our core work. We're gonna do a little bit more advanced work today. We'll call it beginner to intermediate. We're gonna bring those knees back up to tabletop so that the knees are straight up from the hips. Pretty much barely seeing those toes over the knees, all right? We're gonna roll up and grab behind the thigh, getting the bottoms of those shoulder blades off the mat and straightening both the legs. All right, now if you can reach your calf or your ankle without bending, no bending, reach where you can reach. Otherwise, stay here. We never go here. Let's stay here or here, all right? We're gonna pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. We inhale, we exhale. We inhale, we exhale. The whole time we're pulling the belly down, pressing the low back onto the mat, keeping the shoulder blades off the mat. The core is totally engaged as we gently stretch the backs of the legs from the hamstring to the ankle. Good. We're gonna bring those legs to center and bring the hands behind the head, lowering one leg down and lifting up. Now, if you need to lower down in between, that's fine. Come back up, lower down, and lift up. You can come back down and come back up as you do your leg movements. If you're a little bit stronger, have a little bit more mobility, keep those shoulder blades off the mat. We're gonna do one more set. We lower and lift, one more. Lower and lift. Now bend the knees in, lower that head back down, and take a deep breath. All right, we're gonna go into our double leg stretch next. So let's bring those knees back up into tabletop. All right, we're gonna roll back up again and reach towards the ankles, getting the bottoms of those shoulder blades off the mat again, pressing down with that core into the mat. We're gonna inhale, exhale, reach everything long, extending the arms and the legs away, and then bring them back in. Now to modify, you can set down in between. All right, we inhale, exhale, reach long. To challenge yourself, stay up in this rounded position with the core. Inhale, exhale, reach long. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen those muscles and bring them back in. Exhale, reach long, and bring it all back in. We're gonna do one more if you can. Exhale, reach, and bring it in, lowering the head down. Now if that neck's getting a little tight, hopefully your core is holding you up, not your head and neck. But if your neck's getting a little tight, let's gently rock the neck side to side for a little release of the tension. All right, now bring those knees back to tabletop and bring those hands back behind the head. We're gonna go into our double leg lower and lift. So what we're gonna do is roll back up into chest lift, pull the belly down, get those shoulder blades off the mat, and then straighten the legs up. Let's glue those inner thighs together. Heels are together, but the toes are slightly in a V position, right? So your feet look like that. All right, now if this is hard enough for you, stay here. If you wanna add a challenge, you lower and lift according to what you can do while keeping your back on the mat. All right, let's do two more. We've got two and one more. And bring it up, bend those knees in and lower down. All right, so you should have felt really a lot of low core working there along with the upper core. Take a deep breath. All right, we're gonna go into our hundreds next. Now remember, modify as you need. If you need to set that head down in between, you can do that. We're going for 10 counts, 5 inhale, 5 exhale. We're doing 10 of those. Now adjust your legs as your strength allows for. All right, so if your strength, it's hard enough just to keep straight legs up, you do that. If you're a little bit stronger today and you wanna lower those legs a little bit, you lower as much as you can. Now challenge yourself, but listen to your body, all right? Knees will start in tabletop. We're gonna roll up. Shoulder blades are off the mat. We're gonna extend those legs either up or out. We're gonna inhale and exhale. Really pump the arms. Inhale, exhale, chin towards the chest. Inhale, exhale. The breathing really helps. Inhale, exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Halfway there already. In and out. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Exhale. In and out. One more. And exhale. Bend those knees in. Lower the head down. Release that neck if you need it, dropping it side to side, nice and gentle. Or maybe your low back is a little bit more tight. Then go ahead and rock those knees side to side and release the tension in that low back, right? So our goal in Pilates is to strengthen ourselves and to lengthen our muscles, but we never want to injure ourselves, right? So we're gonna breathe, we're gonna release tension, and then we're gonna move on and get a little stronger. All right, so we're gonna roll up. If you need a sip of water or you need to take a breather, that's fine, go for it. We're gonna move on to the side for our side leg series next. So I want you to line your elbow up to the back edge of the mat and your bottom to the back edge of the mat. And bring those toes to the front corner, all right? Now, we're gonna try and get those hips stacked. Try not to roll back onto the booty, stack the hips. We're ready for it? We're gonna start with a little mobility for our hips as well as strengthening. All right, try not to sag down, stay lifted here. Work this lower oblique while you're at it. We're gonna point the toes and lift, flex the foot and lower. Doing 10 of these. Lift and lower. Good. Lift, breathe, and lower. And lift as high as you can go, and lower. No bending of the knee, right? And lower, halfway there. Lift and lower. Good. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good, awesome. All right, now for a little bit more mobility in this hip muscle, in this joint, we're gonna do our circles, our hip circles. So pointing the toes, we're gonna lift that top leg up, straight out from the hip. We're gonna imagine we're drawing circles with the big toe and brush the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna reverse those circles. Try to draw a circle, not a triangle or a square, but it's hard. Takes a lot of control with that hip. Got 2 more, 1 more, and bring it home. Awesome, all right. This time we're gonna flex the feet. We're gonna lift both the legs off the mat, and we're just gonna shuffle those heels past each other for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, stay tall on that oblique. Last one, and bring them down. Awesome, all right. Last one. We're gonna do our arches here. So pointing those toes, we're gonna tap to the front and tap up and over to the back. Tap to the front and tap up and over to the back. Good, all the while maintaining this nice space under this oblique here. 2 more, and a nice space between the ear and the shoulder. Good, last one, and bring it back home. Awesome, so we don't ever look like this on our side leg series. If this is really a lot of pressure for your shoulder or your neck, our modification is down here or even down here, okay? So keep that in mind as you do the next side. All right, let's bring those legs forward, shake everything out, and roll onto the other side. We're lining ourselves up on the mat again, elbow and bottom to the back edge. Those feet to the front corner, and we're gonna point those toes, right? We have those hips stacked right on top of each other, not rolling back on that top hip, right? We're stacked. And we have this nice space between the lower oblique, indicating it's working as it keeps us lifted, right? So we want that core to help out. We don't want it to be all shoulder and neck here. All right, point those toes. Let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. We have 8, 7, 6, 4. Nice and long with the legs. We are lengthening those muscles. 2 more, 1 more, awesome, and return, beautiful. All right, we'll do our circles here. Pointing the toes, lifting that top leg up right out from the hip. Imagine we're drawing a circle with the big toe. We're brushing it and coming back. Brush those heels and come back. 3, 2, 1, we're gonna reverse. 5, 4, use that hip muscle. 3, breathe if it's getting hard. 2, 1. Good, awesome. All right, let's flex those feet. Lift both the legs up, and we're gonna shuffle. 10, 9, 8. We're working our ankles the same time as we're working these hip muscles, right? Good. 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. You might even feel those inner thighs working as you stay lifted in that movement. All right, we're gonna do our arches back and forth. So we're gonna point the toes, lift up, tap to the front, tap to the back. Now, if you wanna challenge yourself, you can try and lift higher in those arches. That's gonna be a little more difficult, all right? 2 more, and 1 more. Good, and bring it home. Bring it forward. Oh, stretch out, shake out those hips, shake out those shoulders. Awesome, all right, now to finish off, we're gonna do a lengthening move on our all fours here. So let's come up onto those knees, hip width apart, hands under shoulders, all right? Now, if your wrists are sensitive, you can always come up onto the fists, all right? That is up to you, all right? Now make sure those knees are hip width apart, otherwise you're gonna wobble if they're too close together, okay? All right, we're gonna start by extending one arm out and the opposite leg out. We're just gonna hold this position as we pull the belly up to the spine, and we're looking down onto the mat, keeping our head in line with the spine. So we're not dropping that head, we're not lifting the head, we're just looking straight down at the mat. Good, now we're gonna bring it back in. Line those knees up under the hips, good, yep. Hip width apart. Extend the opposite arm and leg. Pull the belly up to the spine. Good, and we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. All right, we're gonna extend again. Find your balance, pull the belly up to the spine. All right, now you can either stay here or you can tap down with the toes and the fingertips and lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, switch sides, make sure those knees are hip width apart again. Extend the arm and the opposite leg, find your balance. All right, either stay here or tap down and lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all in. All right, now I want you to drop the booty over the heels and reach those hands away as you come down into your rest position stretch or shelf stretch, you might have heard it called. We're tucking that tailbone down towards the feet and reaching those hands away. Our goal is to get a nice stretch in that low back. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more. Good. We're going to slowly roll ourselves up. Awesome. All right, we're going to come back down onto our mat for our cool down. Okay, so you can either sit as such or cross-legged is fine as well. We're going to go into our side stretch here. All right, one arm up and over. And we're going to breathe into this stretch. Nice deep breaths. So you should feel the muscles along the rib cage into those obliques, stretching down into that hip, right? Inhale through the nose. Nice long exhale through the mouth. Follow me with the breathing. Exhale through the mouth. Good. We're gonna roll it up and over to the other side. All right, let's do our deep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's do one more nice big inhale. And exhale. Release the tension as you exhale. Relax into your stretch. Good, and up. All right, now to even out our stretch, we're switching those legs up, all right? Good. Relax those knees, relax those hips. We're going up and over. And breathe. Let's do it again. In through the nose. Nice long exhale through the mouth. Good. We're gonna roll it up. And switch sides. One more time. Don't forget to do the breathing. In through the nose. Exhale like you're blowing out through a straw. Let's do it again. Inhale. As you exhale, really relax into the stretch. Relax those knees, relax those hips. Good. And up. All right, let's bring those feet up front. We're gonna lift ourselves up into that squatting frog that we did last time. All right, so we're on those tippy toes. Now there's two options. Either hands together, press the elbows gently into the knees to widen the knees apart into that hip stretch, or hands on the floor and press the elbows into the knees. Either way, we're pressing these knees apart, stretching down the inner thigh into that hip flexor muscle, which is the base of our core. It's really important that that is able to move throughout the day. So let's breathe into our stretch. Nice big inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath. Relax into that stretch on your exhale. Good. And release. And you are done for today.